in Niger is using the well-being and health of our service members as leverage to get what they want out of our government. Our troops aren't getting medicine for malaria, for cholesterol, for their blood pressure, chronic conditions. You know what a real U.S. president would do? Say that C-130s are on their way to Niger today with the water and the medicine and the food our troops need, that they will have a full fighter pilot escort there. And if the Nigerian government or any other third world thug tries to even turn on their air defense systems, we should show those leaders and those thugs what the target package looks like on their houses and their family members, because it should not be Americans that are suffering because President Biden and Blinken are so embarrassed that their strategy in Africa failed that they're willing to let Americans' conditions deteriorate. They're willing to let our military spouses and family members wonder what's going to happen to their loved ones with their blood pressure rising and no blood pressure medication, or concerned what will happen now that we're in May and there's not sufficient malaria medication.
It is no secret that Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger have emerged as strong African nations actively resisting Western influence in their countries. These nations have taken bold, unapologetic stances, challenging the traditional dominance of Western powers. From expelling Western troops to delivering assertive critiques on global platforms, they have proven their determination to chart their own paths. However, recent developments involving the United States under its newly elected President Donald Trump have left these nations, particularly Niger, frustrated and disappointed. Let's delve deeper into the unfolding situation to understand the roots of their discontent. Following a historic coup on July 27, 2023, Niger saw the rise of General Abdourahmane Chiani as its new military leader. In a dramatic shift, Chiani's administration prioritized the sovereignty and interests of Niger, declaring an end to decades of perceived exploitation by foreign powers. One of his first significant moves was expelling US troops from Niger, a decision that marked a definitive stand against foreign military influence in the Sahel region. This action, while celebrated domestically and among Niger's allies, drew sharp criticism from the West. The expulsion of American troops was a direct challenge to US strategic interests in the region, especially given Niger's role in counter-terrorism operations and its rich natural resources. The backlash from the US establishment was swift and severe. In a controversial statement, Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz, under the Biden administration, openly called for an invasion of Niger during a session in the US House of Representatives. Gaetz's remarks, which painted the Nigerian government as third world thugs, were widely condemned as imperialistic and dismissive of Niger's right to self-determination. His fiery rhetoric seemed to reflect a broader frustration among US policymakers over the anti-imperialist revolution sweeping across the Sahel region. When Donald Trump won the US presidential election, there was cautious optimism among some African nations that his administration might adopt a more non-interventionist approach. However, those hopes were quickly dashed when Trump nominated Matt Gaetz for the position of US Attorney General. This decision was perceived as a direct insult to Niger and its allies, given Gaetz's aggressive stance on Niger's policies. His nomination signaled to many that the new administration might double down on hawkish strategies in Africa. The move has particularly angered Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, three nations that share a vision of reclaiming their sovereignty from foreign powers. Gaetz's nomination not only legitimized his previous incendiary remarks, but also raised fears of potential US aggression or covert operations aimed at destabilizing the region.